So we all know who Marsha D. Teach is. Marsha D. Teach is the Blackbeard Pirates captain. And he also may have 3 souls. Blackbeard was also a member of the Whitebeard Pirates, who Whitebeard traveled with Roxy Zabek, and it could be something tied into that piece itself when it comes to the wheel. But my theory is that Whitebeard does have 3 souls in his one body. As we see right before Skypiea, we got to look at the childish side of him having a cherry pie contest, eating it with Luffy. Luffy and Teach are going back and forth inside the bar about who can order the most food and eat it the most, and keep going on and keep going on. They keep going back and forth. I have another one. I have another one. I have another one. I have another one. That's the first side we get of Teach, which is his childish persona. Then we get the knowledgeable Teach, the one that's sitting outside, the one where we get the famous line from Luffy and Zoro saying, "They." When Blackbeard is talking about the dreams that never die. That's more of a knowledgeable Blackbeard in my eyes, because I see this Blackbeard being somebody who knows a little more than what he leads on. And then we have the killer Blackbeard. Blackbeard, as you know, is a killer. He has this six devious look on his face where he knows it's his time to do what has to be done. We also see the symbolization of 3 that comes in to Blackbeard's persona. We have 3 different symbols of 3 for him. So we get the 3 guns, the 3 split in his beard, and the 3-head skull on his pirate flag. That is not a coincidence at all. Oda does a great job with symbolizing numbers and representations of characters as we've seen throughout the story so far. We all know that Blackbeard ate the Yami Yami no Mi, which is a Logia type, so we think now. I'm going to get into my reason next. We also know that he stole the powers of the Guru Guru no Mi, a Paramecia type, the Tremor Tremor fruit that Whitebeard had. And he's just missing one specific type. That final type is a Zoan type, which I believe can be a mythical Zoan devil fruit. That way he now has all 3 personas of the devil fruits inside of him, which symbolizes another 3 for him. I say mythical only because he might have the Kraken, a giant squid, or octopus Zoan type that he takes over. I say those 3 because all 3 of those have 3 hearts, which goes along my theory of being 3 souls inside of one body for Blackbeard. Oda tells us in SBS before that Blackbeard is from Somalia. Somalia has some famous folk tales. If you go back and look at the folk tales, they have one about a cannibal woman, one about a non-violent warrior, and then a tale about kids that were finding it hard to adapt to a new life. Now, this may be stretching and pushing it, but these tales all play a factor in the life of Blackbeard. So out of the 3 folk tales, we see that Blackbeard takes on those personas already. For the one about having a hard time adapting to new life, that comes into where he was a kid. We see that he symbolizes the hat of O'Hara when he's sitting down. I say the hat of O'Hara because the only person I know to have that type of head style, which Oda is good at making connections to, is Ovia, Robin's mother. And this could be that Blackbeard was probably a stowaway on the ship from the scholars of O'Hara and just ran away, or it could be just that he bought the same hat and ended up having it. But I believe that Blackbeard might be a member of O'Hara, but that's a video for another day. But he has a hard time making friends, so he wants to get away. The folktale inside the Somalian folktale talks about how the kids got there, they were surrounded by greedy people who they seen as, and then left and mysteriously vanished, and now is living out the life of the people that they didn't like. Kind of like Blackbeard. As a kid, he was pushed as an outcast. Now he's trying to become a Celestial Dragon member, a member of the 20 families, and seeing his nation, Pirate Island, as a nation. He wants to be a part of that now. So he is now flipped personas to whereas, just like the folktale goes, he is doing exactly like the people who harmed him was doing to him, and that's what he wants to live by. Or it could also be Manga Alert. If those of you who aren't caught up again, I'm sorry about that. It could also be that Blackbeard is just trying to get there in the top 20, into the 20 families, the royal families, to get up there to Marie Joie in order to steal possibly the last royal poneglyph that's up there, because we all know that Nefertari D. Lily scattered them across the world, but Emu, who I believe may have eternal life because of the previous wielder of the Nomi, and that person gave eternal life to Emu, or Im Sama is somebody who is a different breed of a being that's just living forever, because Im knows too much about Lily, which happened 800 years ago ish. So how are you still alive? But I don't want to get off topic. We also see the personality behind Blackbeard, where he's playful and prefers non-violent, kind of like the warrior and the Somalia folktales that prefer non-violent confrontations. As we see him when he's eating the cherry pies and just living out this childish lifestyle. And then finally, we see the persona of him where the cannibal folktale of them eating people. He doesn't eat people, but he does do something to their bodies and takes their devil fruit out of them and leave them lifeless. We've seen a lot of destruction and death surrounded about Blackbeard, so I wouldn't be surprised if all three of those folktales were written some type of way to create Blackbeard. And I think that Blackbeard could already have all three types of devil fruits living in his body. Hear me out first. Blackbeard may only have two devil fruits for all we know, and those two devil fruits are the dark and trimmer, but the third one is his third heart can be given out a mythical Zoan, or he can already have one as a mythical Zoan Kraken type, which is why he has three hearts in him in the first place, which allows him to only have two extra devil fruits, again, the Yami and the Guru. So that's very interesting right there to me. I do believe that Blackbeard has some type of mythical Zoan type powers, either being that he has a Kraken ability already inside of him, or he already is a mythical Zoan type user that's the opposite side of mythical Zoan type sun god, Nika. So the Nika fruit could be the Yami's opposite or parallel based off of one, how they're drawn. They look exactly alike, just one it look like it's peeled up a little bit more. So let me know down below what you guys think about this right here. Now, I'm leaving you guys with this final messages, this little thoughts right here, just food for thought. The Kraken arrives in one's life during emotional distress and is to heal one's emotions. This is when we see Luffy down because Bellamy is talking all of that smack to him about Sky Island not being real, or it's just for dreamers, or get real, this is a new pirate era, and Bellamy is sitting there just spilling off at the mouth about stuff that is emotionally getting him down, and we see Luffy get picked right back up again, and the Kraken is seen to heal hearts. He gets picked back up, his heart is a little bit mended, as Blackbeard tells them to keep dreaming, nothing's out of reach for you, and he's trying to give them words of advice and words of encouragement, or they're trying to give them words of encouragement. And also, a Kraken bears messages about what one may need to attract inside their life. So it gives you that ability to attract what you really desire, what you really need inside your life. So could Blackbeard be doing this with his own crew? Could Blackbeard be trying to show his crew members a better lifestyle for them outside of the prison, the Impel Down situation where he got all his people from, except for a few of them, and then also outside of the Marines, where we see Kuzan now joining them as the 10th commander. Could this be something that we see Blackbeard trying to do to his crew and heal them from their past? Kind of like what the Kraken is supposed to be doing? Or could it just all be, a host to just have Blackbeard himself get better inside life and push forward to past his crew members and use them as stepping stools to get what he really desires and needs inside life? He's probably pairing up on their own emotions, just to gain new status as a celestial dragon. As we all see, Blackbeard would do anything to get what he wants. But we have not seen him harm his own crew. So, Interesting. I want to know what you guys think below. Does Blackbeard actually have 3 devil fruits already inside of him? Is he a mythical Zoan type creature that's going to come up? Is he a kraken? What's to Blackbeard? What are your thoughts about Blackbeard? Down below in the comments, let me know. And of course, follow, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are here. Hit that link notification, hit that bell notification, just so you can get notified every time we drop some more fire and some more heat for you on the 1216 podcast. And we'll catch you in the next video.